You freaking out when he falls?
But she don't know how to move quick.
Yeah.
Like, you don't pick the baby up.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Kendrick ain't ever fell off the bed, but them steps, that was crazy. But the crazy thing is, like, she wasn't even really hurt. Like, my girl was crying harder than her.
Yeah, I'm glad I was the first person to drop the baby. My girl wouldn't have been able to take it.
The obstacles in front of me.
This will be the first one.
Overstressed and need your rest to come and comfort me. As I'm moving day and night, trying to see the other side and check my pride because I begged the world to pray for me.
You were recording this?
Wasn't praying for myself.
I got one very extensive song that I have to do.
Yeah.
And that one might take few sessions.
Yeah. Like, I'm about done for good, or I'm just about done with this project?
Done with this project.
Yeah.
Because I've worked on this. I've worked on this as long as I've been working on Divine Intervention. Like, Divine Intervention was a part of all of this writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so to sit for 3 years on just one thing it's aggravating.
Yeah, nah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Like, the recording part is the easiest part.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a solid idea. Yeah. Bear with me.
It tastes of God within the night given to my vices and addictions, to know and realize that no weapon formed can do me harm. Even knowing that I'm calling for the Lord, I believe but help my unbelief. I feel tripping on the obstacles in front of me, overstressed and need your rest to come and comfort me. As I'm moving day and night, trying to see the other side and check my pride because I begged the world to pray for me. Wasn't praying for myself, how I chose to self-destruct, before I said I needed help. Trying to see the other side to hide the hand that I was dealt. Now I'm going through the fire, trusting God that I don't melt. I refuse to be defined by my vices and insecurities that stem from this crisis. By recognizing the circumstances life gives, to be refined from the things I'm sacrificing, it's time to let it burn.
On one episode and a promo video, but we want to actually get a whole lot out there and just drop them one by one.
Yeah.
And like just do seasons.
Yeah. No, that's dope.
We're gonna touch on a lot of stuff. Well, we're gonna try to touch on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's hard.
But we got a video of it too. So
of the podcast? That's tight. So it could be a YouTube video and like an audio podcast. That's hard.
Clip it, do whatever you want to.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a podcast. I need to do one.
You definitely should.
Yeah.
From just off of, you've seen everything.
Yeah.
Like you definitely should.
Yeah. So this other engineer, he popped by the studio the other day, and was just we ended up talking for like 3 hours just about studio stuff, and then at the end he was like, "Bro, we need to do a podcast." And I was like, "Dang, I've literally never thought about doing one, but yeah, we might have to make that happen."
Take the bass off on that last little bit. Not the whole thing, but just like that last little part.
Spirit, give beauty for these ashes. It's time to let it burn. Let it burn. Gotta let it burn. It do me harm, even knowing that I'm calling for the Lord. I believe but help my unbelief. I feel tripping on the obstacles in front of me, overstressed and need your rest to come and comfort me.
Yo, hopefully I'm in focus, but it's 4:50 a.m. Wednesday morning. This is the next day after the footage from the session with Seal. I figured I'd share with you guys what to me is the hardest part about freelancing. I don't know if any of you guys are full-time, with the freelance game or not, or if you guys still have your corporate job and doing the studio stuff on the side or doing music on the side. But bro, like right now, both me and my wife are freelance full time. Me obviously in the studio, her with photography, and she actually doesn't seem to struggle with this as much as I do, which I kind of look up to her for that. But I don't know. I just put so much pressure on myself to be able to provide for the family and take care of this house. And yeah, I don't know. The hardest part of freelancing to me is just those days when self doubt starts to creep in and just like takes over your whole day. I don't know. Again, I don't know if everybody deals with this. I don't know if you do, but I know I do. You know, there's times where you might be looking at, like, there's times where I'll look at Kendrick and I'll just think about, like, man, I want to give this girl the world, and I hope there's never a time where I can't provide. I hope there's never a time where, you know, I'm looking at the price of some formula or some fruit or some veggies or whatever, and I'm like, yo, I don't know if I can make this happen right now. Like, I don't know. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you guys saw back in like 2016, 2017, when the business was first building and I was first doing the YouTube videos, and you know, first building up my clientele and things like that, and things got really shaky. Like, you guys saw videos of me talking about pawning my camera and like having to go back to work and you know, all sorts of stuff. You know, things got real ugly back then. Like, we almost lost the crib, almost lost cars. Electricity got shut off, and we had to borrow money to be able to get it turned back on. And like, I don't know, it was crazy. And thankfully, thank God, like none of that stuff is happening today. But it's definitely something that, you know, from time to time, like especially being a new parent, that you might think about. And so, you know, I'm just being straight up, you know, transparent with you guys, let you guys know stuff that I struggle with. You know, obviously this isn't, you know, a mixing tutorial or anything like that, but something that really helps me is, one, like I like to get up, and I'm trying to get more disciplined with this. I'm not 100% with it, but you know, the first thing I like to do when I get up is read. You know, whatever, any sort of book that like gets you in a more positive mind state, or you know, helps fight off that self-doubt. And then I like to pray. Then I hit the gym. You guys already know that, and that's like therapy. That's like therapy to me. It's like, I don't know, I can't go without it. Beyond that, when I feel like I'm struggling, I really like to dive into just the world that I'm, you know, trying to be a part of. So, you know, watch Mixed with the Masters, or any sort of educational thing that's like gets me out of that mindset and gets me into learning, or anything that's like mental investment. That's why I've been listening to the This Sounds Better podcast like over and over and over and over again. It's not like, you know, some self-help, positive mindset type thing. It's not like that at all, but it's just, you know, listening to some dudes who are successful in the craft, who have, you know, made it through the struggle of, you know, just starting a business, and you know, they've made it to some sort of level of success to where you know, it's pretty sustainable. At least that's how it seems. So listening to that kind of, you know, I just like to stay in a world to where I can see that, you know, everything that I'm working for is going to pay off as long as I keep working hard. So I don't know, man, this is super random, but I felt like I wanted to share this with you guys. Again, I don't know if anybody else deals with that, just self-doubt, but if so, comment down below and let me know what you guys like to do to kind of, you know, course correct whenever you're dealing with that. Because bro, it gets it gets overwhelming at times, and like, you know, I don't know. I'm a thinker, and I start thinking way too much, and I start going down this rabbit hole to where like I might lose a whole day just on like thinking about negative stuff, and losing belief, or losing just having way too much self-doubt. So trying to fix it, trying to get better at that. And you know, obviously the harder you work, the more your business grows, the less self-doubt that you have. And you know, lately things have been moving really, really well for me, and my wife has been like, bro, like, Jordan, shut up, like, shut up, stop tripping, like, Kendrick is okay, the crib is okay, like, everything is going all right, so stop tripping. So obviously having some sort of support system around you as well is something that's really, really beneficial. As a man, I hate to feel like I need reassurance, and that's really just a pride or ego type thing, whatever. That's something I'm working on also, but it's definitely helping me out right now, that's for sure. But yeah, I just put a lot of pressure on myself to be able to like provide, like, I'm the man. But yeah, Sierra, she's doing her thing as well with photography, which has really been helping out. So yeah, super random. I just wanted to share that with you guys. About to get this day started. I'm about to go hit the gym now. Yo, I appreciate you guys for the support, and I'm gonna catch you guys in another vlog soon. Peace.